It's time to go on patrol now with CHP Officer Johnny Fisher.
Officer Fisher is talking now about the differences between aggressive driving and road rage. So, good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for being
That
here.
never gets old to me, by the way.
What's that?
Johnny, I need to come up with a coping.
Well, you just did it.
I know.
All right. Well, he likes the intro.
I do. I like it. Nice.
Let's start with the definition of aggressive driving.
Okay, aggressive driving is when a driver commits to a multitude of different moving violations or traffic offenses to endanger somebody's property or their lives. So like speeding or unsafe lane change or tailgating, which, I mean, nobody does here in Fresno.
Yeah, of course not.
On the 41 at rush hour.
Sarcasm, bing, bing, bing. Okay.
So, road rage. What is road rage?
Road rage is more of an assault with a motor vehicle or some sort of crime. So an assault with a motor vehicle or other dangerous weapons by the driver or passengers where something started on the road. So where somebody actually gets injured.
Both of these are illegal?
Yes, both are illegal, but when you start walking down the path of road rage, starting with aggressive driving, and then getting into reckless driving, and then now we're at a road rage, so we're going from infraction to misdemeanor to felony.
Yeah.
And
assaulting. You're assaulting.
So yeah,
with a deadly
absolutely.
weapon.
Yeah, it's a 4,000-pound piece of metal.
Yeah.
That I'll teach this person a lesson. One of those that old adage, well, I'm going this fast. Everybody should be going this fast, and I'm going to block traffic so nobody can get around me, or so on and so forth. Which we, the layperson or the common sense would tell you that, dude, nobody.
Right.
Why would you do that? Just let them go.
Yeah.
That's what they
It's
want
not
to
worth
do.
it.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely something that's out there. It's something that we deal with. It's something that we need to help each other get past so that nobody's getting hurt out
To
there.
avoid all this stuff, what are some of the things you can do?
Do like a 3-step process. So basically self-assess your driving. Ask yourself, am I an aggressive driver? Am I somebody do I need to check myself? Am I constantly speeding? Am I tailgating people? Am I making these turns correctly? And then number 2 would be make a decision to drive better. Hey, you know what? Instead of a California stop at that stop sign, or as I'm coming up to the light and I need to make that right-hand turn, but I know that their light's going to turn green real quick, so I'm just going to bust through there really fast. Take a second. It's okay to let them go.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're still going to be able to make that right turn. I guarantee it. At some point, it might take a minute or 90 seconds, but you're still going to be able to make that right-hand turn.
Yeah.
Leave a little bit earlier. This is when we talked about this in January. We talked about aggressive driving and reckless driving, and leaving a little bit earlier, setting your alarm a little bit earlier, doing things so you don't have to rush around. No matter what time of day you have to get out of the house. Those are just huge things. And like I said, I know that we did talk about this in January, but I was reading something that our friend Dave Singer had written, and I just thought it was just something that needed to be talked about.
Could you keep seeing it? You just keep seeing it over and over again on the roads here.
Truly, yeah. Quick story. I know we're running short of time, but I was in an unmarked car, dressed like this, and it was not a country road, but like right on Shield, so by the airport, and there was nobody there. There was a vehicle right next to me, a pickup truck, and I think he looked over and saw like what I was wearing, and he was like, well, that's odd, so he started to slow down. Well, here comes this other car right behind this pickup truck, and I look over, and this person is just enraged, like using her hands and making all kinds of different gestures with her hands, and you can read lips really well.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, man, this person's going to cut me off. And sure as the day is long, she just got in. I mean, I had to slam on my brakes. It was brutal. And so, I had to.
Sorry, I usually when I think of road rage, I think of men. I don't really think of women.
It's Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Equal opportunity
It
rage.
is a
Yeah, I guess
equal
so.
opportunity rage.
So you pulled her over, even though you were in an unmarked vehicle. You
Yes,
had all of
we
this
still,
on.
We still had some
Took care of
some
business.
lights, and
Yeah.
and we had to have a little discussion about like what's going on and what's important when we're driving, and yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was insane to me. It was,
Yeah, that is crazy. One thing that is starting to help me is to think about. Most of the time I'm driving by myself, but I mean to and from work and everything. But and I've done one of those California turns a little bit.
I don't think that anybody's perfect.
I know, but I think more about what if I had my children in my car, especially the one who's learning to drive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want to be a good example, right?
Absolutely.
And so the other day I did one of those turns, and my husband was in the back seat saying, "You know what you just did?" Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right. Because if you want your children and everybody else to follow the rules and drive well and safe, you got to do it yourself.
That's it. They learn everything from us,
By watching.
By watching.
Not
and
necessarily what we're saying to do.
Well, you were showing him what not to do.
Yes.
Which I think
there it
Yes,
is.
yes.
Because he's got to understand
That's
what
Kim
you're talking
Stevens. Kim Stevens, California stop. So
about. License
Yeah.
number.
license.
Anyway.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Thank you for the reminder.
Oh, man.
We appreciate
I
it.
love coming here. You guys are great. Thank you
Well,
so
we love
much.
having
Thank you. If you would like to watch this segment again, watch past On Patrol segments, or find a link to the CHP website, just log on to kmph.com, click the On Patrol tab from the Great Day drop-down menu.